You don't have to beg anymore. I'm going to give y'all an unlimited amount of money. So you don't have to keep knocking on every president's door begging for money for help.
Tell me, what is it that excites you about Donald Trump?
I am ready to have a president who can complete a sentence again, okay? I'm ready for a president who can save this country. And this is why I'm here supporting President Trump. He's done so much for the black community. He's done way more for the black community than any other president.
Can you elaborate on that a little bit? What did
he do?
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to be here all day. We're going to be here all day, okay? First of all, when President Trump was in office, black home ownership was up over 30%. Black unemployment was at an all-time low. Black unemployment for teenagers was at an all-time low, his historic low. He gave so much money to black historic colleges. Actually, they didn't even. There was a time when they had to beg every president for money. President Trump said, you don't have to beg anymore. I'm going to give y'all an unlimited amount of money. So you don't have to keep knocking on every president's door begging for money for help. President Trump did that. Not Barack Obama, not the first black president. President Trump did way more for black people than any other president. And I can be here all day, but I have to go to my seat pretty soon to hear the president speak.
If he were to lose again, what would that mean for black America? What would that mean for South Carolina?
Well, if President Trump, to lose again,
Or what would it mean for you too?
Well, actually, what it would mean for America, I think America will be doomed. Look at what's going on in this country. We are losing our country right now. This country is literally in shambles. People don't feel it right now, but if President Trump does not win in November, I believe America is headed toward a depression. I think I don't think I will recognize this country anymore. I'm starting not to recognize America anymore. We don't have leadership in this country. We don't have anybody, and we don't have a leader who cares about the American people who put us first.
So when you talk about that American people first, what about the Biden presidency? Do you see not putting America first?
Well, Biden, it's clear he doesn't put America first. Like, what has he done since he's been in office besides eat ice cream cones? Besides mumble? Besides have a hard time reading a teleprompter? Besides having a hard time trying to complete a sentence? He can't even complete a sentence. So he can't even he doesn't protect the border. You got illegal immigrants just coming into this country, and then he had the nerves to tell Texas to stand down and let illegal immigrants come into the state of Texas. And I live in Texas. And he evidently has never heard of the saying, don't mess with Texas. Actually, don't mess with the American people. Okay? You are either with us or you are against us. And Joe Biden is against the American people. He do not put us first. He put illegal immigrants first. That's who he's putting first. They're talking about giving millions of dollars, loading millions of dollars on credit cards, on debit cards, credit cards, money cards, and giving it out to illegal immigrants so they can buy groceries, so they can buy shoes and clothes and feed their families. What about the veterans? What about the children in America who need help? I come from the foster care system. There are a lot of foster care kids who need help in this country, but they are being ignored because we have a man in office, or we have a resident in office who is focusing on helping out people who are not supposed to be in this country in the first damn place.
When you say a resident, what do you mean by a resident?
Resident, he's a resident. He's not a president. To me, I can't. He's a resident. He's just living at the White House. He's just a resident at the White House. He's just living there.
Well, who's running the country?
He's just a resident at the White House. He's just living there.
Well, who's running the country then?
That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe one of his friends. It's sure not Kamala Harris. She can't do nothing but laugh. So it got to be one of his friends. Maybe Barack Obama. I don't know. Somebody else is pulling the strings, but it's not him.
Former President Trump, if he's convicted on any of these 91 indictments by a jury, not by a judge, but by a jury, would that give you pause about supporting his campaign for president?
Hell no. I don't give a damn if he's convicted of 2,099 crimes. I'm voting for President Trump because those are all made up crimes. Those are all made up charges. This man is in his 70s. In his 70 years of living, he's never been convicted of anything. So now all of a sudden, excuse my language, but we see through the BS. We see through it. And I know there are people in my family who did not vote for President Trump. And it was hard for me to convince them. I could not convince them at all. And I went back to visit some of them. And the media and these crooked Democrats have convinced them to vote for President Trump because they see right through the BS. And they see that Joe Biden has not done anything for this country. They can see it. They can feel it. They can feel it when they go to the grocery store and they have to scramble to find change, to find money to pay for eggs and milk. President Trump doesn't even have to convince anybody to vote for him because Joe Biden is what he's doing right now, which is absolutely nothing. He is helping President Trump by not doing a damn thing.
Vice President, he has a short list out now. Vivek Ramaswamy, Tim Scott, Ron DeSantis, Tulsi Gabbard, a former Democrat, Byron Donalds, congressman from Florida. Is there one that you like among that group?
Well, speaking of short lists, we might offend the short community by saying short list, okay?
Well, that's what he's calling it.
We don't want to offend the short community. But, I don't know. I will trust that he chooses the right person. I will trust that. Anybody he chooses, I'm all on board. The short list, there's some great names on there. I mean, Dr. Ben Carson is great. Brian Donalds is great. Vivek, he's great.
Is there anything that he could do, in your estimation, that would lose your support for him?
No.
Just like that.
I'm being honest with you. Nah. And I'm laughing because I know some people, I know the trolls and the haters who see this, they're gonna say, oh, Terrence is in a cult. I care about this country, okay? I do not care what he is doing in his personal life. I don't care about any of that. I care about this country being saved. So there's literally nothing he can do for me. Listen, nothing at all. Nothing at all. There's nothing. I can't think of one thing. Trump can go into Walgreens right now and steal some stuff, and I'll still vote for him. Because one thing he's going to do is save this country, okay? Now, I would ask him to return what he stole from Walgreens, and after you do that, get back to saving this country. Because I think he's the only one right now that is willing, that has the balls to stand up and save this country.